What's going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, and on Christmas I received a little gift called the Razer Nabu. And I was really excited to get this because this is something I'd been looking to purchase for myself as an alternative to a smartwatch. Now, since I've been using the device since Christmas, I wanted to share with you guys my impressions, or review, if you will, of the Razer Nabu. But before we dive into that, some of you may be asking, what is the Razer Nabu? Well, it's basically a fitness app. It tracks your steps taken, it tracks how far you've walked, it tracks the number of calories you've burned throughout the day, it tracks the amount of time you've been active throughout the day as well, and it also tracks your sleeping patterns, whether it be how long you've slept, whether you were restless, times you were awake during the night, all of that stuff that has to do when you are sleeping. On top of all that, it does one other thing that fitness bands don't do, and that is it will show you notifications from your phone. It just hooks up to your phone via Bluetooth, and any notifications you get here for email, text messages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those notifications you receive on your phone will be pushed to the device, and you can see and get notified when you get whatever you want to be notified for right here on your wrist. So now I want to give you guys what I like and dislike about the Razer Nabu. First and foremost, one of the things that I loved about the Naboo was just how easy it was to set up. Once you pull it out of the fancy box here, all you got to do is power it on with the one and only button right there. Download the app on your iOS or Android device, and you use the app to set it all up. You can set goals for yourself here, and then they'll sync up, which syncing was super easy. This always has Bluetooth on. You just got to find it on your device, and they'll sync up. Bada bing, bada boom. You're ready to rock. And I was shocked at just how easy it was. One of the other things I like about the Naboo is just how comfortable it is on the wrist. It comes in two sizes, small, medium, and medium large. I've got the medium sized on. You can see I have a little bit of wiggle room, but it's nice and snug, and it just has a good shape compared to other bands that have a specific set shape. Compare it to the Nike Fuel Band I have here, and it just has more of a shape that fits your wrist. And I was just surprised at how comfortable it is. It was a little bit to get used to because it is a little bit more snug, but get used to it, I kind of like it. Another great thing about the Naboo is that it's very easy to put on. As you can see here on the clip, you just go out and it goes up, and then this little clip here is magnetized. And that's a little different than other smart bands like the Nike Fuel Band that just literally clips in. Personally, I like how easy it is. The magnets are pretty good, and it's very easy to put on your wrist. You can do it with one hand, as you just saw. Now, speaking of features, my favorite feature has got to be the sleep tracker. Mostly because I'd never really had it with my Fuel Band, but I just think it's really cool how it tracks how long you've slept, when you were awake throughout the night. All of that's done here on the app, and you can see the amount of time, your sleeping patterns. I just think all this is really cool information. Now, in regards to how accurate all this data is, even outside the sleep tracker with like your steps, calories burned, how far you've walked, I don't know how accurate any of that stuff is. And frankly, I'm not going to look into that and go into depth and do a crazy analysis on the accuracies and really test that out. That's just not me, but I take it with a grain of salt, and I still think it's cool information to have. Another thing I really love about the Naboo is its simple display. The display is very basic, easy to read, and when you scroll through some notifications, which you can see there, they're just easy to see, and it's pretty cool. It's simple. I like that. I like the fact that it shows all this stuff. There's nothing too fancy. The animations are fine, and I just think it works great. Another thing that I think is really cool about the Naboo is that when you get a notification on the device, it vibrates. It will actually vibrate on your wrist and tell you when you have a notification, whether it be Facebook, whether it be email, text message, whatever it is. You get a little vibrate, you can pick up the wrist, check out what it is without even having to pick up your phone, and I just think that's really cool. Lastly, one of the things that I really like about it is its price point. The Razer Nabu is only $99, and that's very competitive in the market of smart bands, where they could be anywhere from, you know, $50, $70 all the way up to $150. Then you get into the smartwatch category and you're looking $200, $300, $400. And I just think it's a nice price point. And for 99 bucks, I think you get a lot of value with the device. Now on to some of the things I dislike about the Naboo. And the first thing is gotta be the application. Now the application itself is very basic, and functionality wise, it works fine. It does everything as intended. You can, you know, check out your dashboard, your statistics for whatever day you're looking at. You can also look at your goals, and you can set those, adjust those there, and then you can do some setting stuff on your devices, check your battery levels and things like that. And again, it's very basic. It gets the job done, but I think design-wise and aesthetics, that's where they could really improve. I mean, this is Razer we're talking about. They make gaming peripherals, and their designs are pretty awesome. That's, in my opinion, one of the things that they're known for. So I was very shocked at the very simplistic and almost generic design of the application, and I kind of expect more from Razer, at least from a design perspective. Now, my only other complaint with the Razer Naboo, and this is my biggest complaint, is battery life. The Razer Naboo's battery only lasts roughly 2.5, 3 days tops, and that's of course depending on how often you use it, how many notifications you get, all of that stuff. But compare that to, let's say, the Nike Fuel Band or even the Fitbit. Those last about a week before you need to recharge it again. Now, we do slightly give it the benefit of a doubt because it does a little bit more. You get notifications, they're constantly being pushed to the device, and it's connected via Bluetooth constantly to your smartphone, and it vibrates when you do get those notifications, so it is going to use up a little bit more battery power. But still, I think the battery should last, I would say, at least 4 days at the minimum before you got to recharge it. Now, I know it's a minor gripe to complain about the battery life, as you could take the device, you could charge it on a daily basis, like a lot of people do with their smartphones. I know a lot of people also do that with their smartwatches and things like that. But I feel like if you're in the kind of that sport band or fitness band market where a lot of your competitors have far better battery lives, I feel like you can do a little bit better. And again, it's Razer. I feel like you can do better. Now, one thing that does make up for it is the fact that the Naboo charges really quickly. So even though the battery life isn't that great, it only takes about 90 minutes or so to get this thing back up to a full charge. And that's pretty cool, and in a way makes up for that lack of battery power. Overall, with my time with the Razer Naboo, I gotta say, I really like this thing. I think it's a really cool device. And is it something you need? Most certainly not, unless you're really into tracking, you know, some of these statistics. There's probably some other better devices for it, but I think it's a nice middle ground between having some of that sport tracking stuff with calories and steps and how active you are, as well as, you know, giving you notifications on your wrist like a smartwatch would. I think it's a nice blend between that fitness band and a smartwatch, and for me, it's a great substitute till I can get my Apple Watch 2. So let me know what you guys think about the Razer Naboo, and if you guys have any fitness bands or even the Razer Naboo itself, down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online. Hey guys, don't forget about Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and hit that button down below.